Did you know that every year, rats destroy enough corn in the United States to feed more than 2 million people? Across the American Midwest, corn is more than a crop. It's a foundation of the rural economy. Yet beneath storage silos and irrigation lines, an invisible threat causes millions in losses each year: invasive rats. Recent estimates from the U.S. Department of Agriculture indicate that rodent damage accounts for over 19 million bushels of corn lost annually, translating to nearly $250 million in direct and indirect economic impact. These figures include not only eaten grain, but also contamination, infrastructure damage, and storage inefficiency. The primary culprits are two invasive species: the Norway rat, Rattus norvegicus, and the roof rat, Rattus rattus. Both species reproduce quickly. A single pair can produce up to 70 offspring per year and thrive around human settlements. In agricultural zones, they colonize irrigation ditches, barns, feed silos, and the base of grain bins. Their gnawing behavior damages wiring and machinery, often causing fires or costly mechanical failures. More critically, their droppings and urine contaminate stored grain, leading to rejected shipments and health risks linked to pathogens such as leptospira and salmonella. Farmers face an exhausting cycle: poison, trap, repeat. While rodenticides remain common, their efficiency has declined. Rats develop behavioral resistance, avoiding baited areas. Moreover, the secondary poisoning of raptors, barn cats, and other wildlife has become a serious concern. Environmental regulations are tightening, and producers are increasingly pressured to find safer, more sustainable solutions. In many states, from Iowa to Nebraska, farmers have begun experimenting with biological control methods, reintroducing natural predators into the system. Among these, the use of working terrier dogs stands out for its precision and speed. These small, muscular dogs operate where machinery and poison fail: inside burrows, under pallets, and between the stalks of standing corn. The growing interest in this approach marks a shift from chemical dependency to a more ecological form of pest management. The question is no longer if rats can be eliminated, but how farms can control them without collateral damage. And in this new phase of rural pest management, the answer increasingly barks instead of bites. After years of relying on chemical poisons, many American farmers are now realizing that traditional rodent control is not enough. Poisons work for a few weeks, then fail. The rats adapt, new colonies appear, and the problem begins again. Meanwhile, the side effects grow: dead birds of prey, poisoned pets, and contamination in stored grain. That's what led a growing number of producers to look for a cleaner, more efficient alternative, and that's where the terriers come in. The concept of pest control dogs may sound old-fashioned, but it's built on simple biology. These are small, muscular dogs bred specifically to hunt vermin, an instinct developed over centuries of work in barns, stables, and grain mills. In modern agriculture, that instinct has found a new purpose. Terrier teams now operate in farms across Iowa, Nebraska, and Missouri, providing a fast, chemical-free method to remove rat infestations. A typical team combines several breeds: Jack Russell, Patterdale, Jag Terrier, Border Terrier, and Rat Terrier. Each breed brings a different advantage. The Jack Russell is compact, fearless, and fast, perfect for chasing rats into tight burrows. The Patterdale is built like a small tank: dense muscles, short coat, high stamina. The Jag Terrier, developed in Germany for rugged hunting, offers unmatched bite strength and determination. The Border Terrier works slowly and methodically, ideal for sweeping large machinery zones or barn corridors. And the Rat Terrier, the smallest and quickest of the group, is highly effective among standing corn, where visibility is low and reaction time matters. Technically, these dogs are small, usually between 6 and 9 kilograms, to about 30 centimeters tall, but their strength is impressive. Their bite force can exceed 200 psi, enough to kill a rat instantly. Their reactions are measured in fractions of a second, and their endurance allows them to work for hours with minimal rest. Each dog operates under the direction of a trained handler, following verbal cues and hand signals to coordinate the sweep of the field. What makes this system efficient is its precision. Terrier work is target-specific. No collateral damage, no chemical residues, no risk to wildlife. Once the dogs clear an area, the scent they leave behind keeps surviving rats away for weeks. In contrast, rodenticides are indiscriminate. They may reduce populations temporarily, but often poison the very predators that help keep rodents in check. Economically, the numbers speak for themselves. A single terrier team of 5 dogs can remove several hundred rats in one afternoon, covering barns, feed silos, and field edges in a coordinated sweep. The cost per operation is lower than multiple rounds of poison bait, and the results are immediate and visible. Data collected from farms in Nebraska and Illinois show a 50 to 70% reduction in rat activity within the first month after introducing terrier control. For many farmers, the difference is not just efficiency. With poisons, results are invisible. You never know what's really happening underground. But with dogs, you see it all. Every rat caught is one less contaminating the grain, one less chewing on cables or gnawing at irrigation lines. That's why so many farms have adopted this method.
Good boy, Maeve. Good boy.
The operation takes place on a mid-sized corn farm in western Iowa. About 120 hectares of irrigated land surrounded by grain silos and feed storage units. Like many farms in the Midwest, the property is family-run, with corn as the main crop and soybeans rotating every 2 years. After several months of visible rat activity near feed bins and under the irrigation pumps, the farmer decided to bring in a professional terrier team to restore control before the next harvest cycle. The team arrived early in the morning, just before sunrise. The air was cool, the ground still damp from irrigation. The operation leader, a handler with over 10 years of experience, began with a perimeter inspection. Every burrow, tunnel, and hiding spot was marked with colored flags. Rat movement was most concentrated near the grain silos and along the base of old wooden pallets used for equipment storage. The goal was clear every section systematically without disturbing the crops. 5 working dogs were deployed. 2 Jack Russells, 1 Patterdale, 1 Jag Terrier, and 1 Rat Terrier. Each dog had a specific role in the plan. The Jack Russells acted as the primary flushers, diving into burrows and pushing rats toward open ground. The Patterdale handled dense debris zones, while the Jag Terrier covered the outer perimeter, where tunnels connected to the field edges. The Rat Terrier was positioned in open sections between corn rows, ready to intercept runners. Before the work began, handlers double-checked the safety gear. The operation officially started at 7:30 a.m. The process followed a precise rhythm. One handler probed each burrow entrance with a metal rod to confirm recent activity. When a tunnel was active, 2 Jack Russells entered from opposite ends. Within seconds, movement erupted. Rats bolting out and the intercept dogs reacting instantly. The handlers maintained radio contact, coordinating the dogs' positioning in real time. By mid-morning, over 200 rats had been confirmed eliminated. The terriers worked in short cycles, 20 minutes of activity, followed by 5 minutes of rest and hydration. Their endurance allowed them to keep a steady pace without fatigue. Meanwhile, assistants collected carcasses for counting and safe disposal, ensuring accurate records and preventing recontamination. The second phase focused on the field perimeter. Here, the Jag Terrier and the Patterdale dominated the effort. Many tunnels led into dry irrigation ditches, ideal nesting zones for large colonies. Each burrow flushed between 5 and 15 rats, and in some cases, deeper nests revealed young litters. Every catch was logged with time and location, contributing to data the handlers used later to map infestation zones. By early afternoon, the count had reached 434 rats removed, all within a single working day. The efficiency rate, based on movement detected versus rats eliminated, was estimated at around 92%, an unusually high figure for field operations of this size. What makes these results notable is the combination of coordination and instinct. The dogs operated purely on scent and motion, guided by human oversight but responding faster than any mechanical system could. The handlers relied on nonverbal cues, whistles, clicks, and body language to keep the dogs synchronized across the 120-hectare property. At 3:45 p.m., the final sweep confirmed no remaining surface activity. The handlers marked all active burrows for later monitoring and collected field data for follow-up. Each dog received a hydration check, paw cleaning, and post-operation feed, an essential routine after high-intensity work. In total, the entire operation lasted 8 hours and 15 minutes from first deployment to site cleanup. No wildlife casualties were recorded, and no damage occurred to crops or equipment. For the farmer, the immediate effect was visible. Silos clear, feed areas silent, and for the first time in months, no sign of gnawing or contamination near the bins. In the weeks following the operation, the results on the Iowa corn farm were clear and measurable. Motion-activated cameras showed almost no nocturnal rodent activity within the first 10 days. By the end of the month, the estimated rat population had dropped by more than 85%, with no signs of recolonization near the silos or irrigation ditches. Feed losses were reduced to zero, and the farmer reported a noticeable improvement in storage hygiene and grain quality. From a cost perspective, the difference was significant. The Terrier team required only a single visit to achieve long-term control, at an operational cost comparable to 3 months of rodenticide application. But unlike poison, there was no need for repeated refills, no disposal of contaminated carcasses, and no secondary poisoning incidents involving barn cats or raptors. When analyzed over a full season, biological control with dogs proved up to 40% cheaper than chemical methods. And the effect was immediate, not delayed. The environmental benefits are equally important. Terrier operations leave no chemical residue in the soil, water, or feed. Local bird populations remain safe, and livestock are never exposed to toxins. The process integrates seamlessly into daily farm management, requiring only coordination and training. For producers under increasing regulatory pressure to reduce chemical use, this approach offers a practical and compliant alternative. Farmers who adopted Terrier-based control also reported better long-term outcomes. Once the main rat colonies were eliminated, follow-up visits every 6 months were enough to keep infestations under control. The dog's scent and movement deter new colonies from settling, maintaining a natural balance without constant intervention. Across several states, from Nebraska to Illinois, agricultural cooperatives are beginning to include Terrier work in their integrated pest management programs. Field data consistently shows lower rodent reinfestation rates and cleaner storage conditions when biological control is maintained throughout the year. For most farms, the lesson is simple. Sustainable pest management doesn't always require new chemicals or complex machinery. Sometimes, it requires using nature's own precision tools. Terrier teams offer an efficient, humane, and environmentally responsible solution for one of agriculture's oldest problems. If you found this video useful, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. New subscribers get access to fresh field reports and real farm operations every week, featuring more examples of biological pest control in action. By supporting this channel, you help promote practical, chemical-free methods that make modern farming safer, smarter, and more sustainable. One field and one dog team at a time.